Tomorrow is Halloween. Woo! Whether you are a fan or not of Halloween, today we are going to learn some really important vocabulary and expressions and culture. This is especially useful if you're living in an English speaking country. And for the first time ever on my channel, we are going to have conversation practice. Okay, I'm really excited. And this is going to be a conversation that is super useful if you're living anywhere where children like to come out and ask for candy. Okay, so let's get ready for Halloween together. Okay, first of all, we are going to do a little warm up here. Okay, then we'll look at the vocabulary. Then we will speak together. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you a bit about Halloween culture in Canada and America because it is super popular there. Okay, not so much in other countries, but it's a really big deal there. And of course, at the end, I'm going to tell you about a super special thing that I am superly, specially excited for. Those are not real words. Okay, let's begin. First, how do you celebrate Halloween? Many people actually don't even celebrate Halloween. When I was a kid, we did some things, but it wasn't really about Halloween. We liked getting candy and just like an excuse to eat candy, basically. That was what we used Halloween for. But other than that, now that I'm an adult, I'm trying to live healthy. I don't really do anything for Halloween, not gonna lie. I'm a Christmas girl here. Anyways, let's continue to vocabulary. Costume. Okay, costume. In American English, they say costume. In British English, it's something like costume. And in Meghan English, I mix them and I say costume. I never really knew that was wrong, but yes, official American English is costume, okay? Costume. This is something that you wear to make you look like something you're not, right? People put clothes, they put on makeup. That is their costume, all right? One expression that you would use with this word would be to wear a costume, okay? So, what costume are you wearing for Halloween this year? I'm wearing the costume of English with Meghan Mendoza. Thank you very much. Okay. And another expression with costume is in costume, right? So it's basically like wearing the costume, but it means you have a costume on, right? The child came to the door in costume, right? All ready for the candy. Next, another expression with costume is costume party. These are really common where it's a party where everyone is in costume, right? Not just Halloween. Some people have costume parties for just in general other things, but it's very popular in Halloween time, at Halloween time. So, for example, the costume party is on Friday. You coming? Right? You can say that informally. Are you coming? You coming? And even more informally is you coming? You coming? And next, we continue and say this word here, jack-o'-lantern. So many times you've probably seen this in movies or physically in people's houses or decorations. And most people would probably say pumpkin, but this has an actual name, jack-o'-lantern. It's a weird story. It's short for Jack of the Lantern. And basically, Jack was a really old name for someone who basically man, right? And so what happens is this Irish legend, right? There was a man called Stingy Jack, and so um, when the he tricked the devil into doing something, and so the devil cursed him forever to live inside a pumpkin or turnip. Okay. And now we just change it to be our own thing. So it is currently to a pumpkin with carvings on it, right? To light a jack-o'-lantern, that's an expression with this word, right? Is to put fire on a candle that is inside a pumpkin with a design carved onto it. Okay, you see in these pictures, there's lights in there. That's how it works with a jack-o'-lantern. It's not supposed to be just the candle with the um, or with just the pumpkin with the face or design. They're supposed to have a light in there, hence the word lantern. Okay. For example, the family lit their jack-o'-lanterns and set them on the front porch. Not all places have a front porch, but the front porch is just the front area of someone's home, like you can see in this photo. The pumpkins are sitting on the front porch. Okay, next one, pumpkin carving is an event to carve pumpkins, make jack-o'-lanterns. Can you say that? Jack-o'-lanterns, jack-o'-lanterns. Okay. We're having a pumpkin carving on Saturday. Do you want to join us? Do you wanna join us? Right? Can you try saying that? Natural native speaker English. Do you want to join us? You can say, do you want to join us? But this is much more natural, and this is how native speakers will say it. Okay. Now, another expression with this is to carve a pumpkin, which is just to make an image in a pumpkin using a knife to cut it, to carve it. In this example here, Adele removed the seeds and then carved her pumpkin to make a cute, happy face. Yay! Okay. Um, Let's continue. Decorations. Decorations. Make sure you're repeating after me, okay? Decorations. These are the things people use to decorate. That's the verb version. A place according to a certain theme, right? So there's Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, birthday decorations, any kind of party, we put up decorations, right? Actually, I think in a couple weeks I'm going to put up my Christmas decorations because I love Christmas so much. Anyways, let's continue. This is the expression I just used to put up decorations. The family spent the whole day putting up Halloween decorations. Okay. Next, we have trick or treat. Okay, be careful with the pronunciation here, right? Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or trick or treat. Okay, that is how you will hear this. The expression with that is to go trick or treating. Trick or treating. No, trick or treating. To go trick or treating. So, which means to go from door to door asking for candy. Usually it's children with their parents, right? Or the children drive up, the parents drive up, the children go down the road to knock on the door. And that's how it usually works. And we have a really weird expression that no one really says fully, but it is like we do know it. And it goes, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. That's the main the main part of it, right? But there's actually a second part that people don't really say, okay? And the continuation of it is, if if you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down your underwear. Really weird, but that's kind of like a traditional American weird poem. Okay. It's very random, I agree. um, but yeah, let's first get into the meaning of trick or treat before we continue. So, the treat in Halloween terms, right, is a candy or some other gift that the person gives the children. Okay. And a trick, it's usually some sort of deception. So, in Halloween language, right, if you don't give candy to the children will do something bad to you. Now, this is more traditional, okay? But now we're going to talk about some, for example, okay, TPing one's house. Almost 100% sure you have never heard this expression before. TP stands for toilet paper. So, toilet papering one's house is putting toilet paper all over their front yard. And this is something bad because then the people have to come and clean it up, right? So that's their punishment, right? The neighborhood teenagers TP'd, past tense. It's not really a real word, but they TP'd Fred and Linda's house last night. Ooh, yikes. Okay. Another punishment, actually, not gonna lie, something my dad used to do when he was a younger, he was crazy. He's not like that anymore. But when he was an early teenager, he would egg people's houses, right? So to egg someone's house is throwing eggs all over the front of someone's house, which eggs are very expensive. So I don't know why you do that, but that's also a way to make a big mess, right? Did you hear Joe and Judy's house was egged at Halloween because they weren't there to give out candy? Fail. Okay. Now, this doesn't happen anymore. We might talk about it in like joking or things like that, but I think the generation has passed, at least as far as I know and where I'm from. Okay. But they still are common terms. So, another important expression, phrasal verb here. We love phrasal verbs. To hand out is to physically give something to more than one person, usually various people, right? In this case, to hand out candy, common Halloween expression. The lady handed out her candy to the little boy that came to her door, dressed as a skeleton. So cute, okay? Hand out usually has the expression of like, it's in your hand, right? Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. That's what I'm saying if you don't understand me, okay? Next, we are going to do a conversation together. Are you ready? Make sure you're in a place where you can talk aloud because this is going to be fun. This is super important and super useful, I would say, if you live like in Canada or America or any other place where children trick or treat. Usually, trick or treating happens in Canada and America, like everywhere in every neighborhood. Okay, so let's have a conversation. Here's the scene. Right? Children knock at the front door. Their parents are with them. You open the front door. Okay, the children say what? What do they say? Okay, you can just speak this out loud. If you want to write it in the chat, bonus points, but this is a speaking test, okay? So I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it after each word, okay? So the children say, ba, 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 ba. Trick or treat. That's the classic. You open the door, trick or treat. I see an answer is give me your wallet. They don't actually say that, but they're thinking it, I'm sure. All right. As children, older children say that, much older children, sadly. All right, continuing on, you want to say hello. So you respond. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me refresh this screen here. There we go. You respond. Da-pa-pa-pa. Hi, happy Halloween. Okay, just like we say Merry Christmas, we say Happy Halloween, not Merry Halloween. All right, let's continue. Right, if you don't know what the child's costume is, you can say, what can you say? All right, there's a classic expression that you may or may not know. I'm teaching you cultural, like usual phrases here. All right, so you can say, ba, 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 what are you supposed to be? Or who are you supposed to be? This is a really common expression. Listen to my native pronunciation. What are you? What are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be? Right? Or who are you supposed to be? Supposed to be. Who are you supposed to be? Supposed to, supposed to, supposed to. Okay. You can say it. Who are you supposed to be? But what you should or can say is, what are you supposed to be? Supposed to be. Okay. Another way to, well, let's continue, right? The kid responds saying something like, what structure would they use, right? If using a full sentence, of course, because they're practicing their English. If you have kids and you are planning on going trick-or-treating with your kids and in English, in an English speaking place, then this is great. You can work role play with your kids with this one. I see an answer in the chat is your mom. Actually, that is likely not what the child will respond. They will use the simple expression of, I'm a jack-o'-lantern. Just like in the picture, we have this kid here, right? I'm a jack-o'-lantern, a happy one. I'm a skeleton. Woohoo! I'm a crazy looking witch with orange hair. Okay, let's move on. Keep the conversation going. To tell them that the costume is funny, you say, or you can say, there's options here. Let me hear you. Your costume is hilarious. Hilarious, hilarious is a big word that just means really, really, really funny, right? Really hilarious, funny. Your costume is hilarious. Now, what if you want to tell them that their costume is scary? Scary, they're just kids. All right, what can you say? What can you say? You can say, you look so scary. Ooh, ooh. Okay, remember, it's not you looks, but it is you look. So is a really good word to use in here. A really natural way instead of saying very. You look so scary. I don't know. I just, okay. And to tell them that you really like their costume, right? You could say here, oh, your costume is so, again, we have that word so amazing. Oh, your costume is so cool. Oh, your costume is so awesome. I love it. Okay. It's great. And yes, you look great also. All right. Cool is a really good thing to tell a child that's like dressed up as Superman or something. Now, here's a special one. Okay. if a ghost, if a child is dressed up as a ghost, right, what might they say when you open the door to greet them? Instead of saying trick or treat, like other kids might say, what would they say? Maybe, right? I'll give you I'll give you a trick. The trick is boo. All right, there wasn't a hint there, but yes, boo. Okay, so that is something that we say not only dressed as ghost, it's the ghost sound, which I don't know where that comes from. But if we are trying to hide from someone, right, and they're hiding and they're coming and they're coming and they're coming, and you want to scare them, boo, right? And you can yell boo, and maybe, maybe not. My dog loves it when I play this, but I don't say boo. Okay, I say you found me, good girl. But yeah, that is the common expression. So if you ever see that or hear that on movies, you understand where it comes from. It's the what a ghost says. All right, and you say it to scare someone, like boo. Did I scare you? Usually not. But let's continue. So if you want to offer the child candy, right, you can say, what can you say? Here you are, or here you go. Now listen to my pronunciation. Here ya, here ya. And all together. Here you go, here you go. And it's easier to say here you with R. Here you are. There's a W in there. Here you are. Here you are. Okay? Just like that. Here you are. Okay? And then you can also say help yourself, right? Help yourself is an expression that means take as many as you want. Go ahead, enjoy. Usually, we don't say this about the Halloween candy. We say it about when you have someone over for dinner, right? Here you go, help yourself, right? Take as much as you want. And so that's a really common natural expression. Okay, now this is another common expression for Halloween, right? To make sure the kid only takes one, you can say, like you want them to make sure they just take one candy because candy can be expensive. Well, in Canada at least. All right, and you have other kids to serve. So you can say, only one, please. Or just only one. Only take one, please. Right? Those different options. Very common. And after taking a candy, the children should say, what should they say? This is an easy one. Thank you or thanks. Be careful you don't say tanks. I hear that problem a lot in many students. TANKS is not that. Okay, it's thanks. Be careful with the TH. Thanks. Also, you cannot say thanks you. Nope, it's thank you or thanks. Only two choices. Okay? Be careful with that. Okay, and then we have one bad kid who's too excited about his candy and he doesn't say thanks. So his parent behind him will say what? This is a classic thing that parents say all the time when their kids are not saying thank you or please. At least this is how I was raised. My parents were very big on respect. Okay, so what a parent in English would say would be say thank you, right? Say thank you. Say thank you, and then the kid should say thank you. Say please. That's also important. Please, using that word, In English speaking culture, please is a very important word. I know in some languages you don't really have the idea of please as a word like that, but in English, say it all the time and you can't go wrong. Okay. And this is also might be a problem, right? If you have no more candy left, you can say, sorry, there's no candy left, right? Sorry. Say sorry a lot and you'll never go wrong, okay? Sorry, my bad. Or, sorry guys, I don't have any more candy. Guys is a slang term that you can use when there's a group of people, right? So, yeah, if there's a group of people, sorry guys. Usually people will say, oh no, guys only refers to men, male people, right? But you can use it as when there's both males and females. Hey guys, what's up? It's very informal, casual. All right. And to wish children a good time as they leave, you could say what? What would be a natural English expression to do this? Really, in pretty much any context. Have fun. Or be safe. Okay. These are common kind of goodbye expressions in a situation like this. All right. Have fun. Be safe. Safe travels. Have a good one. Happy Halloween. That's also common. Here we go. Let me fix that. Okay, there you go. And one thing I recommend, our class is not finished yet. We're still coming to a really important, interesting point. But after finishing this class, I recommend you go back and practice this conversation. You can practice it on a bit quicker speed and you'll know the expressions now, so you can test yourself to make yourself more natural when the kids will come to your house if you're in an English speaking country. Okay. Now, I see someone saying you need to prepare to clean your house for the TPing. Prepare to clean my house. The good thing is it happens on the outside. Okay. But yeah, if kids come to my house, that's fine. Come, I'll have something for you. Okay. But let's talk about Halloween culture in Canada and America. Okay. What do we have here? So when something's to know, October 31st, most of you know that. Trick-or-treating happens around 5:30, between 5:30 and 8:30 p.m. when it's not dark yet, but the sun is going down, right? Not too late because you don't want to go when it's all dark, but also people like to go trick-or-treating in the evening time because you have all the decorations and the lights and that sort of thing. Here's a tip to know. If a house's front lights are off, that means they are not giving out candy. So just walk by that house, okay? Or they're not at home. Maybe they're out trick-or-treating themselves. Some people actually put a bowl, a big bowl, outside of their house full of candy with a sign that says, take one. But of course, there's always a kid that comes and puts the whole bowl in his little bag. Some children collect garbage bags of candy. It's ridiculous. So, speaking of candy, right? What happens there is before Halloween, people will buy really big, huge bags of mixed candies that are like individually packaged, right? Just like in the picture. Usually they're just like chocolates, but and they're the same chocolates as normal, but they are like in Halloween colors, or you can see in the picture there, they've got some pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns, bats, eyeballs. Those are just chocolates, nothing special. All right. So that's really common. And then let me give you a pro tip, okay? If you live in North America, above Mexico, something that's really good to know, okay, is that leftover Halloween candy goes on sale the very next day. And it's up to around 50 to 70% discounts, right? Because, like I just said, you have this themed candy, right? That's very like only Halloween. Like they sell orange and black M&Ms together, right? So there's a lot of discounts if there's candy left, right? But if you go in the morning, if you're a big candy lover, right, go early the next morning, November 1st, and see if you can buy what's left there. If you want some candy and you didn't go trick or treating, okay? Um, then we have decorations. All right, this is super important. So the classic decorations for Halloween in my home country of Canada would be jack-o'-lanterns, right? Spider webs, those are these things on the table there. Skeletons, of course. We have the fake tombstones, right? Those stones that say this guy died on this day, RIP, rest in peace. Okay, and then some families go all out. That means they're like, woo, their whole house, right, is just in this theme. So some families go all out and create haunted yards. So you can see in this picture, we got skeletons and all sorts of things that are just, they'll have lights and things like this. Some people also go all out for Christmas as well, right? So I guess it depends on who you are and what you love doing. Now, one funny thing is that if it's cold in places like Canada, Halloween can be kind of a cold evening. I remember when I was in Toronto many years ago on October 31st, Halloween, it snowed. Okay. So, snowing, Halloween, yay. Okay, so kids will just wear their coats outside. So, it kind of defeats the purpose of the costume, but it's fine. Then we have for adult celebrations, usually this involves costume parties, right? Watching scary movies, not really my thing. Pumpkin carving, right? The classic stuff there. Also, some bars and even workplaces, they might have like best costume contest, and you get, I don't know, some prize if yours is the best. Some people really love dressing up for Halloween, just having fun. Oh, and now there's something that's also really important, and it's Black Friday coming up. Black Friday is coming up in 1 month almost. Not exactly. All right. And the thing is, I decided I'm going to start my Black Friday sale early for everyone. All right. Because I know you need time to think and save and spend. So this is really special. It's something I've never offered before, but it's exciting. Okay. When you book just two 55-minute classes, one-on-one lessons with me, and there's details below, you will also get, okay, a free 3-month subscription to the English with Megan private group chat with me and a bunch of other students. Also, with this private group chat, you will also get a free 3-month subscription to the English Weekly Live Library, where I put all of my live videos that aren't available anymore because this is temporary. I put them there, and I also have extra exercises and quizzes and things like that. And the best part, okay, you'll also get 2 extra live classes with me per month. So that would be 6 extra live classes, right? And it's only for these group chat members. And you might think, but what if I don't have time, right? What if it's not my time? No worries, because I will go based on the time that the group chat members vote for, okay? Also, even more bonus, if you book 3 classes with me from today until November 30th, which is Black Friday weekend, Then you will also get all of that stuff, 1, 2, and 3, but also complete and full lifetime access to my B1 English course. Okay, so if you are around the pre-intermediate A2 level, this B1 English course will get you from that level. It's totally intermediate level, right? So you'll learn lots of vocabulary, grammar, listening, speaking, writing. It's all there, okay? And they're full videos and lots of practices with me, things that I do not have and I will not have posted on YouTube for everyone, okay? So I am really happy to present this to you, to offer you this. I love you so much. And happy Halloween, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And if you want a guide to learning your English, like figuring out exactly what's right for you, you can download that below. There's a link there. And you want more information about this Black Friday deal, also click below, okay? Thank you for those who joined me live. And if you made it here, even if not live, I'm so proud of you. You're amazing. You're doing exactly what you should be, okay? Go back now and practice that conversation we went through at a faster speed this time, all right? See you later. Bye-bye.